if someone is just tired of college or dropping out or finishing university and not wanting to do a master's and PhD just like you, how would you recommend them to get into AI in 2023? Would you say that the best thing would be to go to Kaggle or to other competitions website, or how would you recommend them to be able to finally end up at like DeepMind or OpenAI?
And before diving into Alexa's answer, I wanted to highlight that the most important thing is to work on applied projects. And for that, I have a very interesting sponsor for this video called Project Pro. Project Pro is a platform with a curated library of end-to-end projects in data science, machine learning, and big data. Here, you will get end-to-end project solutions, reusable code, and guided videos. As you will see in this video, projects are the best way to build your portfolio and help you find your dream job. It's also the best way to learn and improve in AI, as it will help you stay motivated and study harder. The coolest part is that compared to Kaggle or most online courses, the projects really translate well to the industry since they were built by industry experts from the top tech companies to solve industry problems, using real-world tools and pipelines. Plus, they have a 24/7 customer support to help you whenever needed, something quite helpful when learning a new skill. Get access to over 3,000 free code recipes and buy the subscription plan to get access to the 270 plus end-to-end solved projects. Check out the link in the description below and Project Pro's YouTube channel to know more about their offer.
It all depends what the ultimate role is. Do you want to be a software engineer? You can be a software engineer at DeepMind. You can be HR at DeepMind. So like it all depends what you want to do, right? Like if you want to be a research engineer, which is something I'm the most familiar with, I can probably give the best tips there. But I also know how to go the other routes as well. Like if you want to be a research scientist, et cetera, et cetera. So you mentioned Kaggle. I think Kaggle is a separate community. If you go the Kaggle route, you're probably going more the data science route, and you probably will not be dealing with unstructured data as much, meaning text, meaning vision, meaning videos, more of like tabular data. Whereas I think everything exciting that's been happening in the field over the last many years has been more on the unstructured data front. So images, vision, all of that. So how to get to the role you want, basically, again, depends first on the role, and then there are some meta things you should do no matter which of these roles you want. Whether you want a machine learning engineering role or scientist role, you want to have some decent background in mathematics. And I wrote a whole blog on this topic, by the way. So like I do encourage them to check it out. But do as many projects as possible. Maybe try and reconstruct a couple of papers. Initially start with some of those high-level courses like Fast AI. I think is probably the best one right now. Those who are coming from software engineering roles, he literally has the course that's meant for software engineers to transition into ML. Just get familiar with also prompting, using the APIs, and then immediately just start building. So that would be probably one of the first things I would do. These advices are more for engineering roles. For scientists, it will be different.
For example, if we take the research example, and the person is doing a PhD, how can you be sure that you will be able to end up doing research at DeepMind if you are doing a PhD? Yeah. Like lots of people are doing PhDs and want to end up there. So how can you get in front of the competition or just build a better background?
That's a good point. I completely agree that just by going the standard route, even if that route is PhD, it is a fairly standard route, especially over the previous years. Maybe now people are a bit more reluctant with everything that's been going on to go the PhD route, because it's becoming increasingly, maybe it's a bad word, but irrelevant for, I think, increasing percentage of the tasks you'll be doing eventually. So you want to find some way to stand out, and there is like a spectrum of ways you could do that. Like one of them would be create one open source repository that people find useful, people at DeepMind, people at OpenAI, and just show that you're extremely good at this topic by doing that. That's one way. Second way is write a blog where, again, you attack some previously unattacked problem, or just take some existing problem but have a completely new perspective, and be sure to write a very high quality blog. And if people notice you, that's again one credential. I think a single good blog post can get you that role, or at least opportunity to apply for those companies, because ultimately you will have to prepare to go through the interviews. So that's the second way. And then for me personally, like YouTube definitely helped, because I was covering very heavy papers, and I had people way before I joined, I had many DeepMinders commenting and saying, "You've explained this better than I could." And for me, that was like such a huge recognition, because here am I, like somebody who has zero background in all of these things, just like grinding and working and learning, and all of a sudden, like I'm getting there, like knowledge-wise, and also getting those credentials. Also, if there is an open source project from your target company, go and contribute. That's a perfect way to get noticed. Maybe a small tangent: George Hotz recently started his Tiny Corp company, and he has this Tiny Grad framework. And the way he's basically recruiting people is by watching at the pull requests and finding high quality pull requests and basically interviewing those people. So I think that's the new way, and that's how I will be recruiting for my company as well. Especially when you're a startup, you have that luxury of being getting much more information than just 4 or 5 hours of end-to-end interviews with someone that can be very easily tricked. So yeah.